Hello everybody, welcome to part number 9 of the Super Castlevania 4 LP. In this stage, we go through an area in which I cannot identify what it is. I'm not quite sure. It's like a tomb full of spirits, because as you can see in the background right here, there is a bunch of, different kinds of spirits wandering around. They don't hurt you in any type of way, but it's weird. In this level, we are introduced to the new types of skeletons. They're made of gold, apparently, and they take more hits to defeat, which makes them semi-threatening. But right here, they throw bones, and it's sort of cheap. It's not right, I can't demonstrate it right here, but sometimes they'll hit you while you're up on the top platform, but you'll just lose some health, so it's not much of an issue. The main gimmick with this stage, we'll say, is it's these piles of gold, I think, and when you walk on them, they will disintegrate, so you gotta be hasty and walk by them quickly. If you don't, well, usually there is a bottomless pit underneath, as will be demonstrated right here, so you gotta be quick. Try to get some candles if you can, but don't waste any time trying to get them. Right here, I avoid the axe like the plague. And then this section right here, these grappling hook sections, this grappling hook, right? It leads to another grappling hook, which leads to a platform full of goodies. And I've only gotten up there once, but I believe there is a pork chop, a cross, and 2 big hearts. I'm pretty sure, not quite sure. And I'm pretty sure the last secret area is in this stage, but I don't know where it is, so I can't show it to you. Sorry. There's lots of bats in this section, which, combined with bottomless pits, will lead to your death. And at this point in the game, especially when we're approaching stage 10, where things get real, it gets tough, you're gonna want your cross, so you don't want to die now. So I don't know where all the cross locations are. So, instead of not knowing where the cross locations are, I say, well, why not just not die and keep your cross? Anyway, in this part right here, if you saw back there were these, caverns that sucked you in. And they didn't do any damage, they just kept you there. Much like the paintings in stage 7 and the purple hands in stage 2. And right there, I take a double take, get that candle, and luckily, it was a pork chop. Lucky me. This bone skeleton always bothered me. It's so hard to defeat. I try to get it with my whip, but I just can't do it, so I'm just like, you know what, let's just throw crosses. Or no, I don't. Excuse me, I don't do that. I just stand here and whip him. And he eventually dies. This is one section where you're gonna need to... You have to master the grappling, or, grappling and then grappling onto another grapple point. Because if you don't, you will never continue with the game. You can't get up that wall without grappling. This section right here, there's falling blocks even when you jump on the blocks, so I just run through and minimize damage. Not quite sure how to do it. This stage, I don't know how I feel about this stage. It gives me a few cheap deaths every now and then, but I like the scenery of it. It's so... I like it's like a tomb, as I described earlier. It's a tomb with spirits in it. I like it. Everything's made of gold. It's a unique stage. I like how in Dracula's castle, right? All the stages they're unique. They all look different, which is something I kind of miss from later games in the series, such as Symphony of the Night or Order of Ecclesia, where the castle, it looks pretty much the same everywhere. I mean, I can't really be said about Symphony of the Night. It kind of can. I mean, it's not... It certainly changes up the scenery, but it's nowhere near as diverse as right here, like this game. I mean, I don't know. It's just not as diverse. That's one of the things I like about Dracula's castle in this game. All the sections are different, they all feel different, they're all unique. It really, you know, if these were all the same or kind of the same, I wouldn't like this game as much. And I feel like Dracula's Castle is the best part of this game. I like the scenery outside, but Dracula's Castle is the best part. Especially when we get on to the letter stages, which are coming up very soon. Can't wait for those. Have a lot of comments on those. Ugh. Whoa. Anyway, we have more grappling sections here. So I hope you have mastered the grappling portions right now, because if you haven't, well, this stage is not going to be your friend. No, you will not like this stage. I understand if the grappling parts are difficult for you. I had difficulty with them at one point. Didn't we all? Anyway, we have the boss right here, which is a bat made of gold. For the first part, you want to stand under it and whip up, because when you hit it, it releases some gold particles off to the sides, and it will hurt you. So I like to stand under it, and it will come down at you every once in a while. Dodge it if you can, but I have difficulty doing so. So I just keep whipping it, trying to beat it or trying to kill it before it kills me. And right here, I try to take an alternate strategy, but I realize it's not working. And after a while, at like a third health, it'll split into smaller bats, which makes it much easier, especially if you have the cross, because you can just throw a bunch out there, it'll hit all of them and do massive damage. It is great. But if you don't have the cross, just use your whip. You shouldn't have too much difficulty. Like I said, most of the bosses in this game aren't too difficult. Even Dracula is pretty easy. What's happening? Oh. Stairs. Leading up to stage 10. I'll see you guys in stage number 10. See ya.